Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing the October Favorites 2018 video. So I didn't do a August favorites, so I did an August/September favorites combined. So I haven't done a favorites video in forever, so I'm really excited for this. Even though I don't have a lot of products, but these are like my favorite videos to film, so that's why we're here today. If you guys are new here, hi, I'm Kendra. I post beauty/lifestyle videos, and I'd love to have you guys join the family. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and also if you'd like to keep up with me on a day-to-day basis, I'm pretty active on Instagram and Twitter and that kind of thing, and they'll be right here. So if you want to check me out there, then join the family there too. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and get right on into the video. So the first thing I want to talk about is what I'm wearing on my face, this highlighter. This is the Natasha Denona Super Glow. This is in the shade 02 Light Medium. I believe in my last video I talked about the shade 01 Fair, and then I picked this one up like right after that, and I fell in love. The one thing I felt like 01 Fair was just not my favorite is because it was just almost too diamondy. So if I'm going for like a super bold highlight, then I loved it, especially because there was no like undertone shade that just looked like a stripe of highlight. You know, it looked just like diamond, you know? But I like this one a little bit more because it's a little bit closer to my skin tone, so when I'm looking directly at you, you can't see any like stripes of highlight. There's still no base color that's strong, but when I turn, you can obviously clearly see that really bold highlight, and I love it so much. It is so stunning. It looks so glass-like on the skin, like it's totally the glassy look highlighter or the super glossy highlight. I love it so much. I have been reaching for this like crazy. As you can see, like, I don't know if you can tell, but I've made a pretty big dent in it. I totally see this being one of my holy grail highlighters for a very long time. I keep having to tell myself not to use it. That's how much I love it. So yeah, that's number one. I wanted to give an honorable mention to the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt highlighters. Obviously, I've had these for about a year now, or maybe a little less than a year, but I've rediscovered my love for them, especially the shade Mean Money and Hustla Baby. These are, if I could open it, this is probably my favorite shade in the bunch. It is a slightly too dark, slightly. Sometimes I just don't care and I just use it anyways. Or sometimes I'll mix a little bit of it with the shade Lightning, Dust, and Fire Crystal. But anyways, they are so gorgeous. They are definitely more on the metallic side, but you can make them look a little bit more glossy if you just like really blend it in and make it look like one with your skin, and if you don't use way too much. If you use way too much, it's going to look metallic. I think they look pretty even when they do look metallic, but if you want them to not look metallic, then you just go in with a little bit lighter of a hand and really blend it in. Like if you want to build it up, totally build it up, but start with a light amount, really blend it in, and then go in with more. That's how you're gonna make it look a little bit more glossy, a little bit more natural maybe. But I think these are stunning either way, no matter how you choose to use them. And I highly recommend them. I think if you have not tried them, I recommend them. I said that already. I already said recommend, Kendra. Anyways, let's move on to the next item. The next thing I wanted to talk about are these Hello Fab Bendy Avocado Concealers by First Aid Beauty. These are my new favorite concealers ever of all time, which really, really sucks because my favorite concealer besides these is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer, and that concealer is so cheap. It's like $3, maybe $4, and I go through them so fast because I use so much of it. So I'm kind of bummed that my new favorite concealer is $22, but that's still a lot cheaper than a lot of other concealers. Like the Tarte Shape Tape is like 28 bucks or something like that. I don't know. I don't even remember what I was last saying because I had to let my cat in because she was being really needy. I think I was talking about these. They're a lot cheaper than the Tarte Shape Tape or like the Too Faced, the new Too Faced Born This Way High Coverage Concealer, because like it's only $22, but it's still $22, so it's still pricey. I have these shades 1 and 2. The shade range is absolutely horrific. Like they only have like 6 or 8 shades, something super, super slim like that. Like I really, really hope they expand. It is, however, just so you know, a very light coverage concealer, so you can get away with a shade that's maybe not perfect for you. I don't think that justifies the fact that the shade range is so dismal, but hopefully they do expand the shade range in the future. I like to use the shade 1 directly under my eyes, on the center of my forehead, and like on the center of my face. And then to cover any blemishes or to like give myself more coverage where needed, I use shade number 2. So these are really awesome. They look like skin. Like they legit look just like skin. I'm not wearing it today because I just filmed this look with more full coverage and everything, but I wear these on a day-to-day basis, and I will probably film a video using these soon in the future because I'm obsessed with these. I think that everyone should try them, and I think they're worth it. And I think if you're looking for a light to medium coverage concealer, something for everyday use or like more natural days, this is definitely the concealer to go for in my opinion. The next thing is another honorable, if I could say honorable. The next thing is another honorable mention, and that is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream. If you guys have been around my channel, you know that I'm obsessed with this, so I'm not gonna say much. But I did want to mention it in today's video because this is something that I've been using non-stop for the last 2 months. Between this and the Nudies Tinted Blur Stick, but I mentioned that in my last favorites video, so I'm not going to talk about it in this one. But those two products are the ones that I've been literally jumping in between like crazy on a day-to-day basis. This is my all-time favorite base product ever. It just looks so amazing and so natural and so beautiful on your skin. It's definitely light coverage, so if you're looking for anything more than that, you're going to have to either use a more medium to full coverage concealer on top, or you're going to have to not use this at all because it's just not going to give you medium to full coverage. The next product I want to talk about is the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara. I have just the sample size. I bought this during the last Sephora VIB sale, the one that they kind of just threw at us out of the blue. It was like in early September, I think. Yeah. Anyways, I have this because I wanted to try it. I was really interested in it. Jay Kissa said it was her new favorite mascara ever, and I was just like, okay, well, Jay Kissa approves, and like, I need to try it. So I went out and bought this, like I said, during the sale, and I was really on the fence about it for a while. I am still obsessed with my Glossier Lash Select. That's still something that I like almost use as a primer beneath this. But for the first little while that I got this, I'm waving it around, I couldn't figure out how to use it without making like all my lashes clump together. And so it took some getting used to, but now I'm obsessed. It makes my lashes look so thick and long and voluminous. I'm just in love with this. I feel like it does a really good job of really volumizing my lashes without making them clump together. And I just think it's really cool because it's a really, really thick, like heavy tube. It's like metal, and it's really great. I really like it a lot. I highly recommend it, especially if you're somebody who already has long lashes but you want volume. This is definitely going to give you that. If you have shorter lashes, kind of like me, you might want to go in with a lengthening mascara first. That's why I use the Glossier Lash Slick first usually, but still this lengthens my lashes too. So you don't always have to go in with that. It's just, this will lengthen too. Okay, what I'm trying to say, this will lengthen your lashes as well, but it does more volumizing than lengthening. So if you're really going for lengthening, I would use a lengthening mascara underneath it first, but I still think you don't have to do that. It's just a suggestion. I'm gonna stop talking because I'm getting really annoying. Like, I'm annoying myself, so. The next product is this Summer Fridays Jet Lag Hydrating Mask. Now, I first got this and I like didn't like it actually. Like, I bought this probably like, it was like the middle of summer, I think. So I bought this and I was like, I don't understand the hype. Like, I'm really dry skinned, why am I not loving this? So then I think I realized that it was because my skin just isn't as dry in the summer. It does a lot better in the summer. This is the fall and winter time where my skin's like, we are hating life. So I've been using this like so many times a week throughout the week obviously, throughout the last couple of months because my skin is starting to get a lot more dry. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just do my normal skincare routine and then place this on my face. Does that make sense? Like in my cheeks, in my teeth, like where I get really dry is like this area of my cheeks and then my like center of my forehead. So I've been using this as a spot treatment even after my regular moisturizer, or when I'm feeling like death dry, like the winds have sucked all life out of my skin, then I will just do my normal skincare, but before I do moisturizer, I'll lather this baby on and then I'll just let it soak into my skin, and then I will put my regular moisturizer on top. That way I use it, basically what I'm trying to say is I use this more as a additional moisturizer than a mask, but you could totally do like a super thick layer of this wipe it off with a warm washcloth and then go in with your moisturizer. It's totally up to you. I have done that in the past. It's just not my preferred way to use this. But if you have similar skin to me, then I think you would benefit from it. Oh my gosh, I just talked so much. I need some water. Next on the agenda, the ColourPop Ooh La La palette. Holy freaking crap. I love this thing so much. I actually did an eye look with this. I didn't film it, but I posted about it on my Instagram and on my Instagram story and an actual Instagram post. And I had somebody reach out and say I should film a look on it, and I'm thinking about doing it. However, if you guys have noticed, tutorials don't really matter anymore on YouTube. People don't care about tutorials. It's all about the favorites videos, or like top 10 this or top 10 that, or like reviews. Like that's all YouTube, beauty YouTube is all about anymore. People don't really care about tutorials. So maybe what I'll do is like trying new things, like a full face of trying new things, and just add this in. I'm not really sure. But this palette is amazing. I am so obsessed with pink eyeshadow lately, like hot pink eyeshadow. Not like this soft, mauve-y, gorgeous, like perfect bride look. No, I'm talking about like freaking hot pink, like this shade right here. This shade I am all about. I love this palette. It blends like a dream. You get a lot of eyeshadows, and I feel like this would work with almost any skin tone because it definitely are, they're more bright colors, and we've got some deeper shades. We've got one gold up here, and then we've got a like gorgeous, I don't even know, it's like a super, super, super light pink glittery shade that almost has a blue undertone, but it's still like a pinky shade. I don't really know how to describe it. It is so pretty. I love the new palette design, how it has a mirror and it's plastic. Makes it feel more luxurious, makes it feel a little bit more durable, and I'm here for the mirrors, so give me the mirrors. Anyways, I'm not sure if this is still on the website. It came out on October 3rd because that was like Mean Girls Day, you know? But this is a great palette. I'm obsessed. I think everyone needs it and everyone should have it, and get on the train of the hot pink eyeshadow because I'm already there. Sit next to me on the train. We can talk about pink eyeshadow together. Yes. Okay, the next product is kind of random, and this is the Fur Oil. Now, this is by the brand called Fur. This was made to use, as you can see, I've still got a ton left. I'm only just right here. Anyways, this company is really interesting. They're a smaller company. They're 100% cruelty-free. They reached out to me to send this to me a while back. I'm not getting paid for it at all though, and I did not get paid to do a post or anything. This is completely free. The opinions are that of my own, and I've been using this for like 3 months now, so I feel like I can definitely say if I like it or not. I use this like on my underarms after I've shaved because I've noticed, I never used to be this way, but sometimes when I shave, it really irritates my underarms now. And anyways, I've tried a lot of things and I don't know what's going on. It's not horrible, but just occasionally I will feel irritated down there under my armpits. So I use a little bit of this. What you do is just put a tiny bit on your hand, rub your hands together, and just like pat it on your underarms after you've shaved. And it really kind of helps from getting ingrown hair follicles or like any irritation. It adds some hydration, and it smells amazing and it feels amazing. And if you shave other parts of your body, like, you know what I'm saying, other parts of your body, this is a great thing to add there as well because it's going to make it less irritated. And it really is super awesome on sensitive skin because I do have very sensitive, very dry skin. I highly recommend this. If you want to check it out, I will leave it linked down below. Unfortunately, I don't have a code or anything to give you, so I apologize, but I think it's worth it. I think it's like 30 bucks, but again, I've had this for 3 months, and look how, like, I've barely dipped into that. Like, there's still so much left, so I just want to throw that out there. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is a book, and I like never talk about books because I don't read as much as I used to. I used to read like all the time, like at least one book a month. I loved reading, and then life happens, you get older, you become an adult, you've got a lot of other things you gotta do. You gotta work full time, you gotta do YouTube on the side like I do, and other things. But I love reading, I love stories, I love books. This book called Moonflower was written by a new friend of mine. His name is JD Slajchert. He is one of the nicest guys I've ever come into contact with in my entire life. He is so kind. I will read you the little back excerpt here, and then I will also give you my thoughts on it that are non-spoilery, so if you want to read this, you definitely should. This book, again, is called Moonflower, and it says, as a Division I basketball player and co-parent to his chronically ill little sister Lee, Tim Dexter isn't your average college kid. With an enormous amount of responsibility on his shoulders, TD's only true escape is his adventurous, gorgeous, and mysteriously named friend Emma Ray Finley. From their first day of college, Em brings a much-needed, addictively playful sense of mystery and excitement into TD's life. Whether they were texting encoded messages, going on missions to find the best ice cream in town, or finding a way to put a smile on Lee's face, TD believes his unique bond with Em to be both ethereal and eternal. When in the summer before their senior year, Em invites TD to spend 10 days with her in Europe, he finds himself on the greatest adventure imaginable. Lost in a whirlwind of freedom and whimsy, TD soon realizes that his feelings for Em aren't merely about friendship, yet he's hesitant to risk their extraordinary bond. As their senior year begins, things start to change between TD and Em. Afraid of losing her forever and amid the most important season of his athletic career, TD spends months devising a plan to confess his feelings. But just when he's ready to proclaim his love to his best friend, the unthinkable happens. This book is so beautiful. I read a lot, as I was saying, I've read a lot of books. I used to be a huge reader. I used to read, mainly my personal genre that I prefer is like fantasy, adventure, young adult, those kinds of things. But this is a coming of age novel. The people in this book are in their early 20s, like 20 and 21, because it is college, their senior year of college, which is typically when you're 21 years old, I think, if I can remember. Anyways, this is one of the most beautiful stories I've ever read. The author himself has been through a lot and decided to write about it. And this isn't like an autobiography or anything, this is fiction, but it is like the story told within this book just stemmed deep down from his heart, from something that he personally went through and a story he felt he needed to tell. It is absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning. I know I'm talking about it a lot, but I just wanted to get across to you how important this book is and how I think everyone should read it. It so beautifully describes a story that I feel like is so important for so many people out there to read. I did write a little bit about it in my notes here, and I wanted to read it as long as they didn't give anything away, so I'm gonna see what I can read. What I put down was, I felt a lot of things reading this novel, more than I thought I would from the start. I hoped for many things too. Whether they were going to work out or not, I hoped so hard for them. This story has some perfectly realistic characters that you believe in, ones that seem real, ones that you can really trust. And I cried while I read this book, and I don't cry while reading books. I cry while watching movies all the time, but I rarely cry while reading books because I feel like it's just kind of hard. Like, I don't know. I cry a lot while watching movies, so it's a joke. But this book made me cry. It is so beautiful, and the story told is so important. Anyways, I've been talking about it for so long. I'm gonna mention a few music favorites, but I'm not really gonna get into them too much because this video is already getting so freaking long. Right now, I've been obsessed with, obviously, Billie Eilish's new song, When the Party's Over. So good. A few of Sabrina Claudio's songs I've been obsessed with. Stand Still, Wanna Know, Cross Your Mind, I Don't, Naked, Messages from Her is so good. There's a lot of songs I've been into. Oh my gosh, Consequences by Camila Cabello is so good. If you haven't heard that, you need to listen to it. Michael Bublé's new song, I'm really excited for his new album called When I Fall in Love. I really hope it's more like big orchestra music like he used to do. I loved that. Michael Bublé was like one of my faves in high school. Anyways, I feel like I've been talking forever. Oh, one more thing. My favorite TV show currently, I mean, all my favorite shows are back, thankfully, like Riverdale and all those kinds of things, they're back. I can watch them live, I'm so excited. But my favorite TV show that I actually am rewatching is Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders on Netflix. It's with Cillian Murphy. He's one of my favorite actors. He's so good. He was in Dunkirk. If you've seen Dunkirk, he was in Dunkirk. And he was also the Scarecrow in like Batman Begins. And I think he made a few like appearances in The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. Maybe not The Dark Knight, but I'm pretty sure he was in The Dark Knight Rises if I can remember correctly. Maybe it's the other way around. I don't remember. Anyways, it's one of my favorite shows ever. It's about like 1910s to 1920s Birmingham, England, where like they're like this kind of gangster family, and it's just so good. But anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. I'm so sorry this video is so long. If you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up, and also please don't forget to subscribe down below. I'd love to have you guys join the family. Check out my Instagram and other social medias if you'd like. They'll be listed right here and also down below in the description box. But I'm gonna let you guys go. Have a great morning, noon, evening, day, night, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.